Hello friends, and welcome to another WSIB Truth Matters with Joe Machado. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to talk about a subject that came up in an interview with the Toronto Star with the WSIB President and CEO, Jeffrey Lang. And he was talking about a coding glitch or a coding error that took place some 20 years ago, or almost 20 years, that affected benefits to injured workers. And so there's been a lot of talk about that. I've had a lot of questions, people asking me for my opinion and my input as to what I think about the interview and whether or not it was a coding glitch or some other thing concocted by the WSIB. So I really wanted to put together the information to provide an educated opinion on this matter based on facts, and rather than speculate on what actually happened. Now, I understand that injured workers, including myself, have earned the right to mistrust the WSIB. And they brought this on themselves. Having been involved in this industry for over 30 years, I've seen pretty much everything that they can throw at you. And also some of the things that are concealed, done in behind closed doors. So I think it's important to dispel any speculation and to be fair to the information that is provided. So when I read the interview with the Toronto Star and the Canadian Occupational Safety, the President and CEO, Jeffrey Lang, basically explained some of the issues that took place, and he apologized. He said, "I'm very sorry this error happened." I believe that the President and CEO was sincere, and I'm going to take him at his face value, his apology. Jeffrey Lang has only been the President and CEO of WSIB since January of 2022. So a very short period of time. And these events that we're talking about took place a long time ago. Some took place a long time ago. It was discovered a few years ago, but nowhere near 2022. And so when I did my own research and investigation so that I can provide an educated opinion, here's what I found. The issue, the actual error took place in 1997. And this is just before Bill 99 came into effect. And it affects the benefits for workers since 1998. It came to light as a result of actually the WSIB discovered the error in 2017. And according to the WSIB and Mr. Lang, they corrected the issue in 2018. The issue then came to light as a result of a Workplace Safety and Insurance Appeals Tribunal decision of 2019, where the tribunal was dealing with an issue or appeal relating to the cost of living increase. So 2017, it was discovered by the WSIB. By 2018, it was corrected. And then 2019, it was brought to light as a result of that tribunal decision. The error affected over 100,000 injured workers. At least this is the information that the WSIB has provided, with over 5 million claims having been reviewed during their investigation. And the amount that's owed to injured workers is over $42 million, some of which will receive, or some of them will receive $70 and others could receive as much as $40,000. This would be arrears plus interest payments. But when the Ontario Federation of Labour got involved and indicated their concern that that error could have affected other injured workers, then this is when it would appear to be that the WSIB began their so-called investigation. So the concerns I have are twofold. One of them is that it's been stated by the WSIB that the problem was discovered in 2017. And then in 2018, they discovered the error. Why did it take another almost 6 years or 5 years for the WSIB to fix it? The other one is, why did it take so many years for the WSIB to advise injured workers that this problem had been identified in 2017, it had been fixed in 2018, but only now they're starting to pay benefits that resulted from the problem 5 years later? The timeline just doesn't seem to be very, or provide a lot of confidence. I don't have the answer to that question, but it's a question that concerns me because it deals with a much larger issue, which is the issue of credibility, the issue of whether injured workers have any reason at all to have any confidence whatsoever in a system that engages in management by omission, overseeing an organization that affects the lives of every single injured worker in this province and non-injured workers as well, and employers. An organization that in many instances, and I'm speaking from my own personal experiences, having owned and operated the largest paralegal firm in Ontario, having dealt with these people for over 30 years, which is a strategy of concealment, omission, not being forthcoming. And that is a broader issue that really needs to be resolved. I started this channel to help injured workers, to provide as much information as I can to injured workers, to help succeed in their claims, to get the benefits to which they're entitled under the law. And what I've seen in the last 30 years, there haven't been any improvements to the system. And injured workers have a right, every single right, to be suspicious and to have zero confidence in the system. So although I do appreciate Jeffrey Lang's apology, being forthcoming, engaging in that interview and letting people know what's actually happened, I think that before that interview, every injured worker that was affected by this should have been notified much sooner. But again, it seems like the cart before the horse. So at the end of the day, we have a system that, in my opinion, has many, many challenges, and it needs to be fixed. Injured workers cannot continue to be taken advantage of and disregarded as not having any stake in how this organization operates, because this organization was established to help, to pay for injured workers treatment for lost time when they're not able to work. We are major stakeholders in this relationship, but it seems like we only get the shit end of the stick all the time. That can't continue to happen. And I'm going to do everything in my power to continue to do the things that I'm doing to make sure that there's going to be a change, a fundamental change, for this organization to be able to sustain itself and fulfill its primary commitment, which is to injured workers. The WSIB sent out a letter to let injured workers know who was affected by it, with a protocol to get those benefits issued. After 6 weeks of receiving confirmation of identity from the injured worker, they're going to get paid, but it's for a lot, even those that are getting a significant sum. Maybe a little bit too late. I can't do anything to change that. I don't think anybody can. I think the only thing that the WSIB can do now is adjust. But there are other benefits that I believe are owed to injured workers, and I believe that based on extensive investigation on my firm's part, my own investigation, that has resulted in thousands and thousands of dollars being paid to injured workers that I represented with my firm. And there are thousands more out there. And a lot of them don't know what their entitlement was, at least not the ones that I handled. The response was always, I had no idea I was entitled to this. And that's a more serious problem than a computing glitch, because the WSIB's role, or one of its roles, is to inform injured workers of all of their rights to benefits and to all potential benefits that they may be entitled to, and to how to go about claiming those benefits. But what I'm going to talk about, in over 30 years of dealing with this organization, I haven't seen them being proactive in any way to let injured workers know about this particular type of benefit. So my next two videos, I'm going to deal with two very specific issues within two very specific pieces of legislation. One, for injuries before January 1st, 1990. So if you were injured between July of 1985 and December 31st of 1989, benefits, total temporary disability benefits, partial temporary disability, supplements, pensions, all of those benefits were paid based upon the earnings basis, also referred to as the compensation rate, the weekly rate. And there are many aspects, many factors that can be taken into consideration for the WSIB to legally pay those benefits. And in my experience, no one, or almost no one, who received benefits in that time period was aware of it and how to go about claiming it. I devised a system within my company, WSIBsettlements.com, to make it easy to A, determine if you're entitled to those benefits, and B, how to go about claiming those benefits. The other video is dedicated to injured individuals injured January 1st, 1990 to December 31st, 1997, which is Bill 162. Benefits such as future economic loss award, non-economic loss award, supplements. Again, that weekly rate that was then used to pay total temporary disability, supplements, future economic loss award, all of those benefits are affected by that weekly rate. Again, I'm going to go into detail and explain all of the other factors that could be considered. Because I can tell you right now, and a lot of you watching this video right now, that fall within that time, those time frames, you're probably not aware of it, and you're probably being underpaid right now from what you should be paid. I was able to help many clients receive thousands, and in some cases well over 100,000 in retroactive benefits owed to them, plus interest. So I urge you to watch these two videos that I have coming up. I can't do anything about that glitch or error that was talked about recently, but I can do something about these benefits that fall within those legislations and those time periods that you most likely would be owed. I also urge you to share it with people that you know. There are thousands of injured workers in this province who could use a leg up right now. The scales tipped in their favor just a little bit. And making them aware of it, you're doing them a favor. So for my subscribers, please share this video with others and let people know that I'm going to be doing the next two videos. For those of you who are new to the channel, I hope that today's video was informative. I urge you to go back and watch my other videos. I've got, I think, 90 videos to this point in just a little over 5 months. And I've got more than 30 years of experience to share and to continue to do these videos. That's my mission, to reach every injured worker in this province. My expertise deals with pre-1990 claims, Bill 162 claims, and Bill 99 claims. And if you have claims that fall within two or more of those legislative changes that affected many of the structure of benefits, I can help. All right, friends. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Visit WSIBsettlements.com to see if there's something there that can help you. I'm sure there probably is. And I look forward to putting out the next two videos. As always, friends, take care.